Being the authentic, conceptual, congruent man. In a world saturated with curated personas and performative identities, the authentic, conceptual, congruent man emerges as a radical archetype of wholeness. He is not defined by external achievements or fleeting trends, but by the seamless alignment of his innermost concepts, his spoken words, and his daily deeds. Congruence here is not mere consistency. It is a profound internal unity, where thought, speech, and action form an unbreakable trinity. To be this man is to reject fragmentation and embrace a philosophy of radical authenticity that forges unbreakable strength from within. This is not a passive state of being, but an active daily discipline, one that demands relentless self-examination and courageous realignment. The reward is a life of unshakable peace, authentic power, and quiet leadership that inspires without effort. At its foundation, being the authentic, conceptual, congruent man begins with standing unapologetically in truth. He refuses to wear masks for comfort or approval. Every thought must pass through the rigorous filter of reality and personal integrity. He speaks only what he genuinely believes and acts solely in ways that mirror his deepest convictions. When concepts, words, and deeds align perfectly, he becomes unbreakable. This congruence is his greatest power. He rejects performative masculinity, the hollow posturing that many adopt to fit societal molds, and instead embraces radical authenticity. His life becomes living proof that a man can be both strong and sincere, walking with quiet confidence because no external force can fracture a soul that is whole within itself. Each day, he audits every area of potential incongruence and corrects it immediately, ensuring that his inner truth remains sovereign. This alignment rests upon unshakable principles. The authentic, conceptual, congruent man does not bend his values to fit trends or social pressure. He defines his core concepts, honor, courage, responsibility, truth, with crystalline clarity, and lives them without exception. Temptation may whisper compromise, but he remembers that every small betrayal erodes his foundation. True power flows only through alignment. His daily decisions reflect the man he claims to be in his soul. Hypocrisy, especially his own, is rejected outright. In this way, he inspires without trying, because his life itself is the message. Integrity becomes the rare treasure he guards above status, money, or relationships. This principled stance transforms existence from a series of reactions into a deliberate masterpiece of coherence. Yet congruence cannot thrive without mastery of the inner dialogue. The authentic, conceptual, congruent man knows thoughts shape reality, so he eliminates mental contradictions with precision. If he entertains one idea yet expresses another, he fractures himself. He trains his mind to generate only honest, useful concepts aligned with his highest vision. Self-deception is banished through ruthless self-honesty. Fear is confronted with truth. Ego is grounded in reality. He speaks to himself as he would to a man he deeply respects. This internal congruence forges unbreakable mental strength. A mind at peace with itself becomes a force no chaos can disturb. From this foundation flows fearless self-knowledge, the willingness to know his strengths without arrogance and his weaknesses without shame. He understands his desires, shadows, gifts, and limits completely. Nothing is hidden from himself. Uncomfortable truths are confronted daily, flattering illusions discarded. Only through this total self-awareness can true congruence emerge. Self-knowledge is the root of all authentic power, enabling him to shape himself with deliberate intention. Leadership for the authentic, conceptual, congruent man is never about preaching what he will not live. He leads by radical example. His actions preach louder than words, demonstrating what a fully integrated man looks like. Decisive yet thoughtful, strong yet kind, ambitious yet grounded. When others waver or culture celebrates shallowness, he remains steady. His congruence silently challenges mediocrity in everyone around him. He lives so truthfully that his presence alone raises standards. True leadership begins with total self-alignment. He never demands from others what he refuses to give himself. This manifests as dangerous consistency, the reliability that makes him predictable in the best way. Others can trust his character in any situation because he acts the same whether observed or alone. Private behavior matches public standards exactly. While the inconsistent scatter according to mood or circumstance, he stays anchored in principle. This consistency builds unbreakable trust and natural authority, turning him into a force of nature. Creation and execution arise naturally from deep internal alignment. The authentic conceptual congruent man does not chase external validation through his work, relationships, or goals. He creates from a place of total congruence, where genuine concepts flow into excellent execution. Projects, relationships, and ambitions reflect who he truly is, not who he thinks he should be. When operating from alignment, his output carries undeniable power and authenticity. Mediocrity cannot survive in a congruent soul. He demands excellence from himself because anything less would violate his integrity. True mastery emerges only from congruence. He rejects the comfort of inconsistency, finding it repulsive, like slow poison to the spirit. Every minor gap between thought and deed is noticed and corrected instantly. His word is iron. His promise is sacred. Thoughts match speech. Speech matches behavior. This discipline forges a man who cannot be manipulated or broken. He embraces the hard path of congruence because it alone leads to unmatched freedom and strength. Peace becomes the natural byproduct of this way of being. Inner peace is impossible without alignment. Anxiety, guilt, and regret signal living out of sync with truth. The authentic conceptual congruent man eliminates double lives, hidden contradictions, and secret compromises. He lives openly and honestly in every domain. When concepts, words, and actions become one, peace settles as his default state. He guards this peace fiercely, refusing to allow relationships, opportunities, or fears to pull him into incongruence. A congruent man sleeps soundly because he has nothing to hide, not even from himself. Chaos loses its grip entirely. Yet this peace is dynamic. Every moment of incongruence is treated as an opportunity for growth. Gaps between who he is and who he claims to be are closed immediately through ruthless honesty and decisive action. Slow drift into mediocrity is rejected. He pulls himself back to center with relentless realignment. Each correction tempers his character like steel and fire, accelerating evolution. Faster, more thorough realignment becomes habitual. The man who masters congruence masters himself completely. He becomes unstoppable because nothing external can divide what is whole internally. In practice, being the authentic conceptual congruent man is a lifelong practice of audit and correction. Each morning he examines his thoughts, speech, and actions for any fracture. Today he chooses one area to demonstrate perfect congruence and holds the line without compromise. He creates from alignment, protects peace through it, and rises through relentless realignment. This philosophy does not promise ease. It promises depth, freedom, and unbreakable presence. It transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary by demanding one simple, profound commitment. Live exactly as you think and speak, with no exceptions. Ultimately, the authentic conceptual congruent man reveals that true manhood is congruence itself, the seamless union of concept, word, and deed. In a world that rewards fragmentation, he stands as living proof of what is possible when a man becomes whole. Relationships deepen through trust. Work gains lasting impact through authenticity. Personal power multiplies through peace. He inspires without effort because his life is the embodiment of integrity. The world does not need more fragmented voices. It needs men who are complete within themselves. To be the authentic conceptual congruent man is to answer that call. Commit to it daily. Audit relentlessly. Realign instantly. Your congruence will echo far beyond your lifetime, forging a legacy of authentic power that no mask or compromise could ever achieve.